The Options Institute presents Master Sessions featuring Dan Sheridan.
Now you may be saying to yourself, Dan, we just started and you're starting to lose it. What does that bird call have to do with this broadcast? Let me tell you, we're talking today about one of my favorite strategies, the condor. I don't know how some of these strategies get named, but condor is one of my favorite. Let me tell you something. A condor is a great bird, but did you know there's a movie, 3 Days of the Condor, I used to watch when I was a kid. It was like a spy movie. Whoever named this thing Condor, I want to know, okay? Is it a bird? Is it a movie? I don't know. But you know what? It's a good option strategy, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay. As always, when I talk strategy, where do we start? A plan. Don't talk strategy with me unless you have a plan. And again, if your plan says, I'm going to buy options every day, Dan, and I'm going to pick the direction in which they're going, I'm going to say, good luck. That's a tough one. Income strategies is what I'm trying to say should be the majority of your portfolio, okay? Why? Because why not put on positions where you don't need the stock to move to make money, okay? Be like an insurance company. Income should be the majority of your portfolio, in my opinion. Speculative is more like a sniper behind the tree, as I said before. You want to play when there's a compelling reason, earnings, or maybe the chart or something, but you don't want to play a consistent dose. You don't want to buy new cars every day. Look at your matrix on 9-1, and we're going to talk about my friend, the condor. Okay, so look at the 9-1 matrix, and here's what we have a condor. I'm going to give you a base of a condor. What's the base so you can visualize it? All right, close your eyes. Go into the yoga position. Now raise your right hand. No, I'm joking. You don't have to do that. If anybody's at home in the yoga position, stay there, because I can't get in the yoga position. I'm not a flexible person. But here's what we're doing with a condor. Simple logic. SPX is at 1311. Sell an out of the money call, at least a standard deviation out of the money. Sell an out of the money put, at least a standard deviation, maybe more. Okay, that's our base. Just focus on that for that's. We'll give you a little bit of the cheese, and then we'll give you the oil and vinegar and the nice Italian sandwich. Sell an out of the money call, out of the money put, at least a standard deviation, usually a standard deviation and a half, out of the money on the call side, out of the money on the put side. So what do we have? We have a strangle, right? So how do we win? As long as the stock doesn't go beyond a standard deviation or so and a half on the upside or on the downside, we make money. So probabilities are in our favor. That's a good thing. Number two, what happens every day? We put these on 5 to 7 weeks out. What happens every day? Nothing happens. Decay. So we have probabilities and decay in our favor. That's a wonderful thing. Get excited about that, okay? Now, you have the out of the money call and the out of the money put. That's our base for the condor. Now, why don't I just do that? Dan, why don't I just sell an out of the money put, sell an out of the money call, a naked strangle? Why not? 2 reasons. We're running a business here. I don't want you to go out of business. And since the 87 stock market crash, you go into your brokerage firm and say, hey, I want to sell out of the money puts and out of the money call, a naked strangle. And you know what they'll say? We want you to put up as collateral your wife, your children, your dogs, your mother-in-law. Now you may say, good, I'll give you my mother-in-law, but not the wife and kids. But the point is, you're going to have so much money to put up to sell the naked strangle. So what do? You're running a business, right? Selling out of the money put, out of the money call, buy protection. You're an insurance company. Buy your protection. And that's what we do here. We bought the 1390 calls and the 1220 puts. Next, at 9:15, 2 weeks later, okay, decay has already started. Everybody make the sound with me. Psst, okay, look at the gain or loss on the bottom. 2 weeks, we made $700. And look at your theta. Can you see the theta in the gray area? Try to find that. $31 a day. Every day nothing happens in the market, they give me 31 big ones. Isn't that nice? We've got probabilities in our favor and we're getting the decay. Isn't it a lot better than that steady dose every day of I buy an option, decay, buy an option, decay, make a little bit, decay. This is income, folks. Let's move on. Go to your graph on 9-1. This is the day we put the position on. And look at that. There's a little bar below there, a little maybe purple or a little graph. That's the standard deviation. And look at where we make our money. As long as the stock stays in this range, we make our money. And if it goes beyond that, we have a limited loss. So we've got the probabilities in our favor. If you look in the lower left-hand column of that graph, probabilities of profit, 83%. So if we do this month in and month out till you're 92 and I'm 92, then we have the probabilities in our favor. The key with this, if you can manage the risk well on a month-to-month basis, this is a good business, okay? The key is managing the risk. Now, go to 9/15. In 2 weeks, that's where our yield is. Our yield's probably around 7%. 2 weeks, not a year, okay? So I'm excited. It's a condor. You get the probabilities in your favor, decay in your favor, okay? And unless the market moves dramatically every month. So the key with the condor is this, just like a card game. If you have 83% probability in your favor, you play. So you do this condor every month until you're 92 and a half years old. And if you get good at managing the risk, this is a wonderful vehicle. Now, we're going to talk about the summary. Pay attention. Stay with me. One thing I want to talk about the condor is the condor is a beautiful thing. All right? It's a beautiful position, right? Everybody loves the condor. Great probabilities. But you know what? It's got a dark side. Okay? It's got a dark side. It's like that old movie or book, Sybil. With the, it's like this is a beautiful girl that's got a psychotic personality, right? Or a beautiful guy, handsome guy with a psychotic personality. But you know what? The condor, never treat it like your best friend. Never treat it like your best friend. It's got the personality of a pit bull. Why do you say that? We bring in $1,000. What's our risk if the world ends? $7,000 or $8,000. Okay? So the probabilities in our favor. Focus on the risk management. But remember, the risk reward stinks in a condor, okay? There's always a balance, okay? Let's not hug it too hard. Number one, when do we do a condor? 5 to 7 weeks from expiration. No sooner, okay? I like that 5 to 7 weeks. Number two, sell your short options at a delta of 7 to 9 on the calls and 6 to 8 on the short puts. Dan, you just stinking lost me. I didn't mean to lose you. But what I'm doing here, this is something you can get from your brokerage firms. If you just focus on what I just said, sell your call delta at 7 to 9, sell your put delta at 6 to 8, that will keep you way out of the money. It'll protect you from getting too close, okay? Check it out. Number three, buy options, your hedge, your insurance, 10 to 20 points away from your short options. Number four, keep spreads equidistant on both sides for favorable margins. You just lost me there. What does that mean? If I do a 10-point spread on the call side, I need to do a 10-point spread on the put side, okay? There's about 4 or 5 brokerage firms that right now, here's what happens. It's very important to find out when you're doing condors, ask this question, call them up. Dan told me to call. Remember, I don't know if you ever watch, see I'm getting distracted, but I'm going to tell you something. When I was a kid, Moose Cholak, Championship Wrestling, I would tell my dad, Dad, Moose got on and he's selling cars, and he said, come down to Joe Chevrolet, and we need to buy a car from Moose. Well, same thing. You call up the brokerage firm and you said, Dan said, want me to ask you, do you margin these condors on one side? That's important, because if they don't margin on one side, you're putting up double the cash, which is a lot of money. Number 6, I'm giving you just a guideline when to adjust these things. When the delta on your short call or your short put hits 25 or 30, what's going to happen? What that means is in your account, if you're looking to bring in $1,000, you're probably down $1,000, time to adjust. I'm just giving you some help here. All right, number 7. Remember, this is a card game. Probabilities in our favor. Number 7 is the most important. Do not lose more than 1 times your cash flow or credit in 1 month. What does that mean? If every month on my 5-week condor I'm bringing in $1,000, the losing months, I have to cap it at 1.5. So the most I can lose in a month is $1,500. As long as you can stick with that, you can grow this into a business. Number 8, remove one of your credit spreads when it reaches 15 to 20 cents. As these credit spreads diminish as the month goes on, when they get to 15, 20 cents off, take off your risk. It's not helping you anymore. Number 9, when you adjust the position, let's say on the upside, roll up the call side, take off the put side, roll it up. It's a 2-step dance. Roll up the call side, roll up the put side. And number 10, never adjust the condor 2 weeks before expiration. It's too soon. Now that's a mouthful. Study this, rewatch this, okay? And I think this will be a big help to you. These are some good guidelines that will be a help to you. Again, any questions, email me at mentor@optionview.com. And if you have any things that you would like me to cover, any strategies or anything, email cboetv@cboe.com, and we'd be happy to cover any questions you have or strategies. Again, thanks. Have a great day. We'll see you.